Cardinals 27, Panthers 22. They made it a game. Panthers made it a game late. It was 27-3 Cardinals into the second half.
They were down 27-9 with like 5 minutes left.
And 27-9 with about 5 minutes left. The Panthers had a 14-play drive to make it 27-15. Didn't even get the 2-point conversion. Then they make it 27-22, and they get the onside kick. Another one of those games where the miraculous part of the comeback went down as planned for Carolina. And then for whatever reason, on that final drive, it felt like they didn't have a shot, and Arizona held it. But it was 27-3. Kyler, I think that was right when Kyler had that ill-advised interception. He's rolling to his left. They're in field goal range. Tries to throw it late. It pops up for a pick, and it helped spark Carolina to score the next, 19 points.
Yeah, it was like a disaster of a start from Carolina. They had like 2 turnovers in the first couple of drives. Looked awful. Arizona gets out to a lead. It's kind of a comfortable, dominant performance by them. It's not, scintillating on offense, but they were putting up their points, and they held Bryce Young and the Panthers to almost nothing. And then, like late in the game, Carolina gets a score, and it's generally not completely out of the realm of possibility. And then they execute this crazy comeback with 5 minutes left, which includes the onside kick. The Cardinals botch the onside kick. The ball ricochets off one of the kind of the up guys trying to make the block, and Carolina is able to jump on the ball. And then, it's stalled. It's like sometimes you get these games where it sort of feels like one team takes their foot off the gas because they've got it so far in command, and then by the time they realize, we need to put our foot back on the gas again, it's kind of hard to restart that. This almost felt like that, where by the time the Cardinals defense realized that actually this is getting close again, it was too late to kind of kick back into gear until that very final drive.
This was the Cardinals defense that I was expecting to see coming into the season too, some disruption. They forced a fumble, strip sack on Bryce Young early that led to them getting up almost right off the bat. They're up 7-0 like a minute into the game, and then forced an interception under pressure. Bryce Young trying to do too much under pressure. Another back-and-forth game for Bryce where I thought he did a lot of good stuff, but the turnovers. Like last week, his worst plays were turnovers. This week, his worst plays were turnovers, but it's not – I always have to preface this. It's like it's not deer in the headlights, incompetent Bryce Young. There's some bad plays in there. It's kind of volatile Bryce Young where he's turning it over. He's fumbled a couple times these last couple weeks and put the ball in harm's way a few times, but he's bounced back and made some plays down the field and at least had a chance to get the Panthers back in.
But until it became really close at the end, like basically until the onside kick, I was kind of wondering, okay, he's going to have the game that I was actually asking for. Like at some point, is he just going to put up 300-plus yards and, a game that looks good statistically, even if it, regardless of whether it's actually good or not, really. He actually had that game. But then I'm kind of wondering, like, how much of this is actually garbage time? And the Cardinals have basically just eased up
a little bit,
and Bryce Young is able to put up 300 yards. But then garbage time suddenly became a game again once they get the onside kick, and they made it like they could actually do this. And then Arizona shut down again.
So they sacked Bryce 3 times. I thought they had some pretty good pressures against him. Arizona, I liked the way they played. Kyler Murray finished 17 of 25 for 220. Touchdown, and again, that interception that kind of let Carolina get a little bit of a spark, get back into the game. I felt like Carolina's linebacking core that has not been great or didn't look great on paper coming into the season. Middle of the field was wide open throughout much of the game. Trey McBride had a really nice game for the Cardinals. He had 6 for 78. Didn't really get Marvin Harrison Jr. again. There was a drop in there and a comeback, but 2 catches for 27 yards. Little tip pass when they try to fade in the end zone, as always. Mm-hmm. I just thought Arizona took advantage of Carolina in the middle of the field. They took advantage of those turnovers and then held on at the end. Hey, guys, real quick. Only 40% of our viewers are actually subscribed, so let's change that. Hit that subscribe button, and now let's get back to the action.
Yeah, they did. We saw the thing we were talking about with Ike Ekwonu was back in the lineup. Did not play well. Was a problem, I think, in terms of pass protection off the left side. Arizona got some real joy. Baron Browning had a really good game. They got some pass rush going. But like this, Ickey's back in the lineup, but an appendectomy is a thing that could cause problems in play even after the guy's playing. So I think that was part of the issue. Carolina's defense just isn't good. There's not enough talent there. Derek Brown had a good game. Players here or there are having good performances, but the overall unit just isn't strong enough.
Our friends at True Media had Ike Ekwonu with 8 pressures allowed in his return. 2 sacks for the ageless Calais Campbell, 1 for Josh Sweat. Again, you start to see the multiple ways that Arizona can get after the quarterback now for the first time in years.
Calais Campbell sacking Bryce Young has got to be one of the largest size disparity sack things that's ever taken place.
Welcome in to check the mic.
It's like a foot difference between them and probably...
Do you see the tweet I tagged you in? Aditi?
Yeah.
Interviewing Calais?
What do you think? There's got to be how much do you think Calais weighs now? There's probably 120 pounds between the two of them.
That's it?
I mean, if he's $3 bills.
He's probably 310.
310?
6'8", 310.
Yeah.
What's his list weight?
I don't know. Whatever it is. It's not
from 18 years ago when he entered the league.
Where he was sort of almost an edge rusher.
I mean, if I'm almost $3 bills,
he's 315 listed.
Oh, he might be 320, 325. Then you got to add a little bit of weight.
Okay, well then there's 140 pounds between them.
Are you guessing?
As well as a foot in height.
Between and Bryce Young.
Yeah.
I thought you were guessing Aditi's weight.
No.
I was going to say that'd be disrespectful here on the show.
No.
I know you're big into weight and height disparities.
I just think it's kind of funny.
Anything else on this one? We got some. So Arizona moves to 2-0.
Yep.
They held on late. Carolina falls to 0-2. I think at this point, Teteroa McMillan, by the way, looks like a go-to guy.
Yeah.
The concern for me, they got did Renfrow end up with 2 touchdowns in this game? 2 touchdowns for Renfrow on 7 catches. I mean, he's what he is. They got Jatavian Sanders involved a little bit. It was Xavier Leggett.
Yeah.
8 targets, 1 catch for -2 yards. You're just you're not getting the type of support. I mean, McMillan looks like the go-to guy and a legitimate number 1 receiver for them, including a one-handed catch that was out of bounds that looked sweet. So McMillan good. Need those complementary pieces to come through here. They could use a guy like Adam Thielen.
Yeah, it is kind of surprising that they're just getting nothing from Leggett. Even if you say, look, he's a limited receiver that's not going to be a number 1 or a dominant force, he was overdrafted, his skill set should still play in a role, and they haven't got that role from him at the moment. They're getting nothing from him. Nothing. Actually, negative nothing if it's -2 yards.
We kind of liked Arizona coming into the season. They're 2-0 now against probably the worst 2 teams in the NFC South.
Right.
We don't know if Carolina doesn't improve their pass rush and, if things don't get better here, they might be at the bottom end of the league. We think the Saints will be at the bottom end of the league. So I've been impressed by Arizona overall. They've been fine, but, want to see them as they get into the meat of the schedule. I think they've got first place battle next week. I think they have the Niners. Yeah, they go to San Francisco next week to play the Niners, 2-0 versus 2-0 in the NFC West.
Thanks for watching all the way to the end of the video.
Check the Mic is live every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, so be sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a thing.
And the all-knowing algorithm is convinced you'll also like these videos, and who are we to argue?